appreciate you finding time for us. And a note of correction is His Imperial Majesty, not His Royal Highness. Mr. President, I do not have a speech to give, but I just want to speak from my heart about the things that you have done since you became the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. You have taken amazing strides that only a bold leader can take since you came into the office. I will just mention maybe 2 or 3 of the many things you have done. I have the opportunity of being close to government, even at the federal level. I've served on the board of BPE for 4 years. So I have an idea of what it is to run a country as complex and as interesting as Nigeria. But you have done it with so much grace and with so much right attitude towards confronting the issues of this great country. The first one, which is the oil subsidy, which you removed. It takes boldness, because I'm old enough to know that subsequent governments have run away from it. And when you made that bold statement at your inauguration, I also was one of the people who were skeptical about it. But today it shows us that leadership requires boldness and taking of the right decisions, which is what you did. And today we can see the result of what decision you took. One of it is we've had several festivals, Muslim festival, we've had the Christmas and everything. I'm old enough to know that those festivals, there must be long queue, there must be panic. We even have to tell people, Odumbo, Ejolo store petrol into Rico Nistepo. But we have found out that this your bold move has made people not to have panic when of fuel shortage, and for fuel and petrol stations to operate as normal. And also we can see that fuel prices are surely coming down. And like you said privately now, that it will still come down more than what it is now. And so that is very commendable, because the petrol issues does not involve only the rich, it involves everybody. You know, the rich, the poor, everybody makes use of the petroleum products. So that is one of the things that you have stamped in the history for your boldness. The second one is the issue of the FX transaction, which was all muddled up at the CBN, and a lot of things were happening, you know, and people were getting different rates brought. It takes boldness to unify what everybody, it was a 60-pound gorilla in the room, which everybody decided to ignore. But you took on the gorilla and you made a major statement for the black market to be united with the parallel market. Like I said, I can go on. The youth service, the young people who are coming out to serve their nation, you increased their allowance. The Aso strike that used to happen, which was a perennial problem, one way or the other, you've been able to tackle it. I can go on, but because of your time, we have the student thing. Now, the funding that has been given to indigent students who they would probably not have been able to afford it. now they have access to these funds. And your commitment towards the youth development in this country, we can see it. And we believe that in 2 years, it's amazing the things that are difficult, the things that were the big gorilla in the room that everybody has ignored. But because of your person and the boldness that you have confronted all of them. And we have come to say that your actions are not going unnoticed. And I believe that the difficult times for Nigerians, we are surely seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. Yes, we can really say that the challenges of the earlier first year were necessary, because it will blow up on us one day, and that's what you realize, that if I don't face this thing, sooner or later it's a can being kicked down the road, and if you kick it down the road, you will meet it there someday again. So we want to thank you for that. I also have to thank you for, since I'm Shonwon for Gbomosho, I need to thank you for some of our sons who are working with you. We are Akinkoju Lawomo Gbomosho, so we know wherever they are, the warrior spirit is always in them. We have people like the chairman of FIRS, Zach Adedeji, who is from Gbomosho land. Of course, we have our Agba Akin here, who is one of the chief of our palace. We have the guy in Debo Adedokun in BPP, you understand? And we know we have some that are not at that level, but we want to say thank you for giving people from our land the opportunity to serve this big country. And Mr. President, one thing I can assure you is that with these people, you can see, and when there are vacancies, ask them whether they are from Ogbomoso, because you are sure that they will perform. Yeah, understand. So we have come also to our father and the father of the land. We have some requests that we will want for you, because it's not every day that we can walk into the presidential villa and see the president. So this one that you've given us the opportunity, we will need to ask for some requests. We have some requests. But before we ask for requests, we also have to really thank you, and I believe, like I said there, that you did it for me indirectly. This road between Oyo and Ogbomoso, it's a road that I grew up to know as a death trap. Thousands of lives, and I mean literally thousands of lives, have been lost. Thousands, if not, millions of money has been lost on that road because it was a death trap. Trailers, it's an everyday occurrence for trailers to fall on that road. And that one way or the other, you miraculously awarded the thing. What everybody, and I mean this road has been like that for over 40 years. I grew up to know the road as bad road. And you decided that this road must be done. It affected the economy of the town. It affected the economy of the country. I remember that there were trailers line of nearly 12 miles between Ilorin and Ogbomoso at the time. You just go on and continue to see trailers and trailers. I remember, to give an incident, that a trailer was coming from the north. He had goats and cattle he was transporting it to the south. But when he got to Ogbomoso, he started selling them at 10,000 naira, because he said that all the animals were tired at that time, and that before he gets to Lagos, they will have died. So they started selling them. So it tells you what you have done, the economy of linking the south, because we are gateway to the north. And so thank you so much for this road. It's an economic artery that you surely opened up for us. And I know that this country will benefit from it. So I want to thank you. The government also has done the 132 kVA, but the power station has been completed for so many years. But the transmission from where they call Gomo, somewhere near Ilorin, we heard that the contract has been given out. Since I came also, the Minister for Power has been there to assure us. They said they've given it to somebody else. But the city is most of the time, and Mr. President, this town is the second largest town in Oyo State. It used to be, historically, it used to be about the third largest. When you mention Lagos, you mention Kano, the other town you will mention is Ogbomoso. But because Ogbomoso is not the capital, other towns like Abeokuta, like Akure, like Ado-Ekiti, all those ones that we were bigger than, and not even to talk about Osogbo, because they were capital cities, they have now overtaken us. I do not feel that a town like Ogbomoso that comprises of 5 local governments is what makes Ogbomoso local government. Should be in the state where it is. And so, Mr. President, we would like that transmission, 132 kVA, to be connected so we can at least enjoy light a little bit in that town, because we are most of the time in darkness in Ogbomoso. So, and the major one we believe has been done, but the transmission to it. Then our water project. We do not have good running water, and Ogbomoso has 2 dams. So for us to have 2 dams and not have running water, it's something like a shame for us. And so we will want the Mr. President, for you to help us through the water resources. I met with the SGF some time ago, and I mentioned this to him last year. And he got in contact with, he told me he will get in contact with the water resource minister, but nothing has been done. We need the help of the federal government, because this is a mighty and a big town. But for other parts of the local government, where we find out that they do not have a water system, we will want, if we can choose some of those places and at least give them commercial boreholes. So, because water is life. A lot of the sickness that people go through, they are waterborne diseases. So if we can get help in all the other local governments and be able to give them water, we will really appreciate this. Another thing is we feel we need a federal presence in Ogbomoso, because one of the things federal president does is it gives people employment. The larger the head, the larger the headache. The headache we have a lot is that we have a lot of our youth a lot of people who don't have jobs, not only youth. And federal presence will at least be able, everybody wants a job in Lautech or Bowen. For a town that big, not only 2 places should they be looking for jobs. So any federal presence that we can have, it will help our town. It will help us to at least have people have basic job. And so, and once there is no job, of course, crime is high, which is what is going on in Ogbomoso now. We're thinking about our general hospital. We have one there. If we can be upgraded to an federal medical center, it will also help us a lot, because of the same thing, for jobs, for opportunities for people. We have, there is something that Agba-Akin helped us when he was Minister for Sport, helped to bring into the town. It's a medical facility, but they could not staff it. And the whole is a first-class hospital, but it was not staffed. And because of that, they've looted equipments in the place. And so if you can help us through the Ministry of Health, that this wonderful facility can be put into use, it will help a lot of our people. The other thing we are also looking for from the presidency is, which I have to say is, we believe a lot in your government. We believe in the ability of what you can do, because we've seen this. I live in Lagos, I live in Ibadan and Ogbomoso. We can see the impact of your vision in Lagos. And you know this, that our request is few, because instead of asking for so much, the few that we have asked for, if we can help us with this, it will surely make our people to be very happy. The other one which we have spoken to the Minister for Works is that we need now that you have done this road, it will take commercial activity out of the main major road. And we have a major road in Ogbomoso. Mr. President, this one is really in my heart, that if that road, the artery road in Ogbomoso, if it's just a 2-lane something, if it can be changed into a dual carriageway, it will open up the whole town. That is something that is important also to us. The major road in Ogbomoso, for it to be opened up. Thank you, Mr. President, and thank you for your time. And I want to thank the people who came with me, who are the Obas, they represent the 5 local governments of Ogbomoso individually, and the other people who came with us, the Are Musulumi, and some business people who also came with us. I've just been reminded, it was what I was trying to read out.